Jesus didn't wear Pampers. He had to work with his hands. Can you imagine living your entire life knowing you're going to the cross? 33 years, he knew. You know, those of you dads who have sons, some of those relationships can be really great. Sometimes they're not. But you think about God the Father having a relationship with his son Jesus. It was perfect. That sometimes the animosity that father and son have, God didn't have that with his son. They had a great relationship. Perfect. God sent that son. Look at Romans 5:8. But God commendeth his love towards us, in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. How much love is that? A lot. Can you measure it? I'm going to be honest, guys. I love you, but I would not send my son to die for all of you. God did. Measure that love. Try to measure that love. Think about it this Christmas. What is the depth of God's love towards me? What is it like? How deep is it? How wide is it? He sent his perfect son, the one he had perfect relationship with. No animosity, no discord between the two of them, ever. He sent him to lie in a manger? To come down and be born as a baby? You know, we live in a world that, is full of diapers. They didn't have diapers back then. Jesus didn't wear Pampers. Didn't have wet ones. I don't like changing diapers. Can you imagine? Before all that good stuff, that we have today. Some of you do know before Pampers. I know the first little bit with our firstborn son, we tried the cloth diaper thing. That didn't last long. Think about that. Wait a minute. Jesus came out of his perfect place in heaven and came here to live on earth to have someone change his diaper. That's real. And he didn't stop there. He didn't stop there. He worked in carpentry with his father, earthly father. I don't know how many of you guys do carpentry. How many of you guys do carpentry? How many times you get splinters? You think Jesus didn't get splinters too? He did. I'm sure of it. He had to work with his hands. He's a carpenter. I could dig out splinters the other day. Just messing around in the wood shop, digging out splinters. He did that for you. But God commended his love towards us in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. He went to the cross. He came, he was born in a manger. That was the beginning of his earthly ministry. He came knowing the entire time he was going to the cross. Can you imagine living your entire life knowing you're going to the cross? I cannot imagine that. It says in the Gospels that when Jesus went to the Garden of Gethsemane, just the thought of him going to the cross caused him to sweat great drops of blood. Just the thought of it. Can you imagine going through it? And he knew in advance the entire time he was going there. The entire time. 33 years he knew. He was born to die for us.